Every missed shot becomes a headline. Every quiet night becomes proof. No second-round pick in NBA history has ever been watched this closely, picked apart this hard, or wanted to fail this badly by this many people. Bronny James walked into the league carrying the single heaviest last name in basketball, and the entire world had already made up its mind about him before he ever touched the floor. So let's actually ask it honestly. Did Bronny James earn his spot in the NBA, or did his last name? Start with the obvious, because it is impossible to ignore. Bronny is the son of LeBron James, arguably the greatest basketball player who has ever lived. And in October of 2024, the two of them did something the NBA had never seen in 75 years of existence. A father and a son sharing the same NBA court, in the same uniform, at the same time. It was genuinely historic. It was beautiful. And it handed every critic in the world the easiest storyline they could ever ask for. Here is the case against him, and on paper, it is brutal. Bronny was drafted 55th overall deep in the second round by the exact same Lakers team his father happened to play for. At USC, his one and only college season was quiet. Modest numbers, modest minutes, the kind of stat line that on literally any other prospect on earth would not have sniffed an NBA draft board. So the critics did the math out loud. Strip away the name, they said, and this player is not in the league, period. And his rookie season did absolutely nothing to quiet them. Tiny minutes, a handful of points, long stretches buried in the G League. To the critics, the verdict was simple and savage. He took a roster spot from a more deserving player. The historic father-son moment was just a marketing event, and Bronny James was the single clearest case of nepotism the league had ever put on a court. For a while, the numbers gave them every bit of ammunition they needed. But here is what almost everyone screaming nepotism conveniently leaves out. In July of 2023, during a routine workout at USC, 18-year-old Bronny James collapsed on the court. Sudden cardiac arrest. He nearly died. It was later revealed to be caused by a congenital heart defect, something he had carried his whole life without knowing. Think about what that does to a prospect. It did not just scare his family. It detonated his entire draft stock and froze his development at the single worst possible moment. The kid the critics mock was, a year earlier, fighting for his life. Now look at what has actually happened since, away from the noise. In the G League, Bronny has put up real, legitimate production, averaging around 13 points and nearly 4 assists a game while genuinely running an offense. And in his second NBA season, the part nobody predicted, his shooting jumped to north of 40% from 3, with his minutes climbing. Stop and remember that this is a kid who flatlined a year and a half earlier. That is not a marketing stunt. That is measurable, undeniable growth. So, here is the question. Almost nobody is honest enough to ask. Nearly every single second-round pick in NBA history is a long-term project. Most never become stars. Many never even crack a rotation, and they get years to figure it out quietly, with zero cameras and zero expectations. Bronny gets the exact opposite. He has to develop in front of millions of people who are actively rooting for him to bust. Be honest. Would we even be having this debate about a normal, anonymous 55th pick? So what is the honest answer? The truth is, it is both. And refusing to admit that is how everyone gets this wrong. The last name absolutely opened the door. No player with Bronny's college numbers gets that opportunity without being a James, full stop. But the heart scare hid real talent, and quietly, game by game, he is turning into a legitimate 3-and-D guard. Here is the cleanest way to say it. Nepotism got him into the building. Whether he stays in it is now completely, entirely up to him. So where do you land? Did Bronny earn it, or is it all the name? And can he carve out a real NBA career entirely on his own? Drop your honest take in the comments. And subscribe for more no-nonsense deep dives into the biggest debates in basketball.